Okay, so we wake up to a sound.
Now I have a feeling Vex wants to kill him.
And I have Detect Evil going, so...
Someone roll me a d6 so I can see what kind of werewolf he turns into.
Alright, I will get that. I don't know why, but I feel like that's bad for me.
Give me 1 second here. He rolled a 5. Well, that's convenient. You detect evil off in the distance, and you guys all hear a bone-chilling howl in the distance.
I'm gonna grab my hammer.
Alright, I see Adrik moving around. I'm just going to follow him.
I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna open up the door and move out into the hall real quick.
Let's see here. I have a werewolf somewhere. There we are.
Oh, I was looking at the picture of Atrum earlier, and I noticed that those 3 things that I thought were rats eating out of a basket, they're actually pigs.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Yeah, wait a minute, hold on. I thought those were rats.
I took a closer look at it. If you look at the one that doesn't have his face inside of it, you can tell it's a pig.
Oh yeah, that is a pig. Ew.
Why can you guys always find stuff quicker than I can? What folder is that in?
That's in Nation, or not Nations, but
Campaign details?
yeah, campaign details.
Those are pigs.
Yeah. And
I thought they were
now
giant
you
rats.
mention it.
You guys hear So you guys went out the front door of the inn to the main roadway?
Yeah, we're just trying to follow, I guess, where the sound's coming from.
Off to the east, you hear not a werewolf, you hear a blood-curdling scream.
Alright, I'm gonna go after that scream now, very quickly.
Yeah, I'm following right behind.
Alright. I'll say we're actually going on the paper here. When you get to the alleyway, you guys find a dismembered body over here.
Oh, alright. I'm gonna move to investigate that body real quick.
Peasant wearing, basic clothing and missing an arm, literally. Robes are shredded, several bite marks. Jesus Christ.
What do I see?
What do you see?
Everything, apparently.
You see everything.
How many hairs are on Adrik's head?
347, I'm going bald.
I'm guessing he has more on his face then.
Probably more on his face than on his head at this point. That's a given. You actually make sight of him hauling ass away from town. Further on down the road, thanks to your immaculate vision.
Southeast?
Uh, Northeast.
Okay. So is this him right here?
This is him right here, making a full-on run for it.
Okay, well, as soon as I spot him, I turn to Adrik and I cast haste on him, and then point over there and tell him to go.
Alright, so down this alley here that I'm facing?
Right here, northeast.
Alright. Sorry, I got the wrong alley. Yeah, I'm gonna chase it, but it's still, even with haste, I'm gonna assume it's still a lot faster than me. So I'm gonna...
You can move twice. Wait, how fast can you move?
Well, if he's running, he can move twice his run speed right now.
Okay, so
I can run...
What's your normal speed? What, 30, 25?
25.
So you can move 100 right now per turn.
Alright.
Oh, nice.
As full run.
Alright, well, I'm actually going to move up to here, and I'm going to try and throw a... Well, actually, hold on, let me measure real quick.
Yeah, sir.
From where I'm at... Ooh, I am out of range for that, okay. No hand axe.
I don't know if I calculated these out right. I think I did. I'm not slightly.
Looks like each square is like 30 foot right now.
That's about what it's supposed to be on the town map.
Alright.
This is going to be a very long chase scene, I guess, because of that. I probably should have done that a little better. So that's where you were able to run to, Adrik?
He just threw himself forward. I don't think he calculated it yet.
I didn't, hold on. So I was back here. I gotta calculate out 100 feet. Oh man, I'm gonna be very slow.
Do you want to reposition where the wolf is, considering how far these tiles are?
Yeah, right about there, maybe. He's got a bit of a head start on you, because you guys had to move across the, from the inn to the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's clearly on his way from the body out in about the same distance. I feel like the size of this fucking map got fucked up at some point. Let's try that. See if that feels any better. That at least works for the numbers. Okay. So if you took the full double move, you could get right up on him.
Well, I just want to get within... I just need to get within 60 feet of him.
Do you guys see this?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, neat. I'm gonna measure out where 60 feet of him would be. So I need to get to that square there. How far is that from me?
Perhaps
100 feet.
Are we all just
Perfect.
taking turns, or should I roll initiative up so we have a turn order?
I was gonna start the attack right now by throwing a hand axe at his leg to try and cripple him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll that real quick. This is a disadvantage because it's at 60 feet, though. Alright.
Well, that's not going to hit, sadly.
Oh. Does it at least make him stumble?
No, it just embeds itself into one of the houses along the alley.
Ah, okay.
Alright, he can move 40 feet.
He is moving.
About there.
Actually, hold on, I'm gonna check on something. What's the is this road made out of stone?
Yeah, it's a cobblestone road.
Aha. Oh no, it doesn't tell me the distance of stone shit. Here, I'm gonna check it, but I gotta look something up real quick, sorry. Unless Vex wants to do something.
Stone shape is a touch attack.
Oh yeah, it is. Crap. What? Ooh. Hold on.
Okay, we're gonna have everybody roll on this real quick, just so we have a turn order.
Can we just
Alright.
skip the chase scene and you tell us how many turns it takes for him to get close enough to attack?
40. You're moving at... Adrik's able to move at 150. Right?
100.
It was 25
100?
times 4 if he's dashing.
25 times 4 if he's dashing.
So yeah, it's 100.
100. Honestly. Give me 1 second. You guys are chasing out at him as he's running out of town.
Each turn I'll be falling 40 feet behind Adrik, so if it takes 2 or 3 turns to get up to him, it'll either be 80 or 120 feet I'll be away from Adrik.
The wolf can move at 80, so that means he's catching up, what, 20 feet around?
Yep.
You guys are going to see a map you haven't seen in a while.
Oh?
Alright, so Vex would be here.
Wait, did you change the map already, or?
I have not.
Oh, alright. I thought you changed it already in positioning Vex, and I was very confused.
No, I'm positioning everything else.
And for every turn you spend chasing him, that's 1 less turn towards your haste. You get 10 total turns with haste.
Oh, I don't want to lose haste.
So by the time we get to him, you might have like 5 turns left, and I'll still be a good turn away from running to catch up to you.
Yeah, but I don't know what 5 turns is. I think I can probably kill in 5 turns, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Depending on my luck today, because I may not get very good luck.
No, he'll be down in 5 turns. That won't be a problem.
So I'm just tweaking some minor settings here.
Alright.
Alright. Should be it.
Unless the werewolf gets to go before us.
Chasing the werewolf out of town.
Oh, wow, we haven't seen this map in a while. I don't think I've seen it ever.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I was here for this one.
I don't think
I
I've seen
haven't.
this map either.
This is... You guys are briefly on this map on the... Well, maybe you haven't.
I've got area of it uncovered though, so I must have been here.
You guys would have gone through this when you guys were heading back from the temple. This is the farmland you guys passed through.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember.
The last thing you saw, Adrik, was the werewolf jumping the fence. Vex, you've slowed by a little bit behind, but you're still on the road, chasing in the general direction. I don't know, did I overestimate any distances you guys can see? About 80 feet.
Okay, so if he's... Oh, okay, he jumped that fence into the...
Yeah.
Yeah, the turn orders got wiped when we switched over.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, it was 12 on the werewolf, 11 on me, and then 6 on you, Vex.
Yep.
611. Can you guys not see them, or?
Yeah, they're not on the turn order thing for us.
Oh, great.
It's okay though. We know what order to go in.
Yeah,
So
werewolf mayhem.
Oh, wait, hold on. This might fix it. You guys see it now?
no.
That's weird, because you guys are all in the list on my screen. It's Adrik's turn. With the 11, the werewolf's last action would have been movement.
Alright, so is the werewolf just running from us?
The werewolf is running from you guys.
Alright, well, let's see. Well, if I take...
Not sure if it's a goal, or if it's fleeing, or what's going on.
Alright, well, I'm gonna move up to right here.
Okay.
I can't vault that fence because it takes half my movement. And this time I'm gonna throw a hand axe at him. But this time it won't be at disadvantage, so... 17.
17 is a
Ma'am.
hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yep, I was more aiming at its leg to try and cripple it.
9. Alright, you throw the axe, and you don't quite land it in his leg, but you definitely hit him in the hindquarters.
Alright. Is it enough to slow him down a little bit?
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Alright.
Vex!
Alright, I'm just gonna do a full turn to move as far as I can here.
Alright.
That's my full turn.
See full turn. After the axe hits him, he turns around to look at you, Adrik. And it feels like he wasn't really running from you guys. He had something where he was going. But now he vaults back over the fence, and he's going to attack you.
Alright, bring it on. I'm not afraid of you.
20.
Doesn't hit.
Motherfucker.
Are you,
I never thought it was going to be a fair fight at this rate.
Yeah, did you forget how much my attack got raised to? Or my defense got raised to?
That is true.
Yeah, that shield's really gonna come in handy for me. Oh, I don't think I added that to my kit, though. I definitely need to. So I'm gonna actually look up the stats for that.
For what?
The shield that
Which-
keeps me...
The medium shield?
Yeah, the new one I just got, the heavy shield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one that lets me be immune to... or have a resistance to magic.
Oh, yeah. I had forgotten
Yeah, the
about that one.
Spell Guard shield. So I need to add that in real quick.
Either way, a miss and a miss, it will be your turn.
Alright, one second, I'm just adding this in. Description. Sorry. Just magic.
This was an official item, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can just drag it over from the compendium.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Oh, alright, I'm just gonna get rid of all this then. Oh, crap, wrong thing. I meant to delete it, but I don't know how to do that yet.
Hold on, I'll do it.
You
Alright.
have to
one
click
second
the
here.
little lock at the bottom right, and it allows you to delete things.
Oh, okay.
Where are you
Yeah.
adding this at?
I was adding it right there at the bottom.
What's it called again?
Spell guard shield.
One word or two?
Spell guard is one word. Yeah. Oh wait, I haven't attuned to it yet, so I don't know if I'll get that magic benefit yet.
Do you have another shield equipped?
I think I have another one equipped right now, but I was gonna unequip that.
If you've had that shield since before you went to sleep, I would think that you've probably attuned to it.
Yeah, let's just say I attuned to it.
No,
then.
we already had it on there, dude.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. Oh,
Yep.
oh, sorry.
Towards the top of the list. Spell guard shield +3. Well,
Oh.
3.
Oh, alright, cool.
Spell guard heavy shield. Well,
Yep.
shield heavy.
Well,
Yep, it's there.
In
We're all
that
good.
case, I'm going to do a nice double-handed swing with no smite added on and try and hit this guy.
That happened.
You know what comes next? You go at the end of the next turn.
Huh?
I say that's it for your turn, and you go last on the next turn.
Alright. Well, luckily for... No, wait, no, that means my armor class is down to 20 right now, because I didn't manage to get my shield back up.
Yep. Vex.
How much of my movement speed would it take to jump over this thing? I don't even know where anybody's at. I can't see nobody.
There's a building in the way. You can definitely hear the combat on the other side of it, though.
Is it
There's
like
a building right here. You hear
here?
sound coming from
Okay.
the northeast.
So I just moved 10 foot.
If you moved 10 foot already,
Well, yeah. How much would it take to get over the?
it'll take twice the normal movement to vault the fence. So where this
Alright,
would
so
usually
another
take 5
10 right
feet, it'll
there.
take 10. Yep.
And then, okay. And
Because
then
it counts
one
as a-
less.
Obstacle.
Now, am I able to see this thing over the fence, or is the fence too high?
Yeah, the fence provides half cover.
Okay.
I don't know if you have anything to counter half cover.
What exactly will half cover do if I try to?
Hold on. I gotta look at the cover. Half cover gives him a +2 to his AC.
All right.
So you have to roll a little higher to hit him.
Now, what about something that has a DC save? Does that affect the DC at all?
They get a bonus to dex saves.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try hold person DC 17.
Hold person. Oh shit. Can you link that for me?
Yeah, it's on the chat.
Oh, okay.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save versus
17.
17. That is a 10. He is paralyzed?
Yeah, he has to make a at the end of his turn every time he has to make a save, but right now he's paralyzed.
Alright. We'll just use that icon to mark it. Alright, he's paralyzed. So that means we're at the end of this turn, so it means it's his turn, right?
Yep.
And I have to wait.
14, he's still paralyzed. Vex, it's your turn.
Okay. Since he's paralyzed, I'm just gonna Scorching Ray. Now, does he lose his dexterity when he's paralyzed.
When he's paralyzed?
Yeah, because he can't move around, you know, so he can't get his dexterity bonus to defense.
They don't. That was a 3-5 thing. They don't do that anymore with the whole AC.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I know.
So he's still able to move and be agile, even though he's can't move or be agile.
No, they just removed the flat-footed thing. Either way, though, if I drop it down with the roll of 11, he still has half cover because he's on their side of the fence. So his AC would be higher than 11.
Okay.
That's a hit, though, and that's definitely a hit as well.
And, yeah. I forgot to say Mana of Flame, but, I mean, that's a given anytime I do fire spells.
Yeah, I've come to expect it from you. 3 times a day. 4 times a day.
Yeah. So that's, let's see, 14 and 13, so 27.
14. Or 27 total.
Yep.
Alright. You just barely see a little bit of fur over this fence, and that's what you're shooting at right now.
I hope he didn't just hit me in the face, honestly.
No. It was not white fur.
Alright. I'm very old dwarves. This is a young werewolf. And luckily for him, he's never going to move past being a young werewolf.
Adrik, it is your turn.
Does it hit?
14.
Yes.
Yes, 14 definitely hits.
Nope. I'm a bludgeon him then. Alright. So that's 8. And I get another attack.
Hit.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to assume 28 hits. I just did 35 damage there. Cool. Oh, wait, and I'm still hasted.
Yep.
Wait, does a werewolf count as an evil creature?
Yes, it does, but you've already done enough damage.
He's already dead, so I'll assume I don't need to add my d6 to it.
Alright, before your eyes, a naked Grotog appears who is currently unconscious.
Oh, just
Apparently.
unconscious?
Unconscious.
No.
And unstable as well, but unconscious as well as too. As in below 0 HP.
Alright.
Combat is over. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna ask Vex what happened because I was not aware of this.
Well, technically, I think we were all in there fighting when that happened to him.
It was the second room of the dungeon. When there were the werewolves in the cage. Were you there for that session?
Oh, the werewolves in the cages. Yeah, I was there for that. I didn't realize that's where he got bit.
Yeah, Grotog forced himself into one of the cages with Quaid, I believe.
I just didn't realize he got bit then.
Well, right now you guys are around him. He's on the ground. We're going to have him roll this.
Alright, well, I ask Adrik if he wants to try to stabilize him and we can take him to the cleric. at the temple and see if there's anything they can do to help him.
Alright, I'll try and cast lay on hands on him and heal him a little bit.
You cast lay on hands on him?
Yeah, I'll give him back 10 health real quick.
Alright, he pops back up to 10. He is still unconscious, though.
Yeah, I figured it would be. That was just enough to make sure he doesn't die immediately.
How do you guys want to transport him?
I'm pretty sure I can just carry him. We're not that far from town.
I'm just wondering, are any precautions taken?
Well, if he's reverted back into human, right? Or
Yeah, he is
human,
currently back
but
to human.
half orc, yeah.
Half orc.
And is
So-
very unconscious.
So it should be fine to just carry him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys begin making your way back to town.
Alright. Well, that's handled.
And you guys are going to the,
I assume we'd go to a church for this, but I don't
okay, you
really
guys go to
know.
the temple. When you guys get to the church, there is a crowd gathered outside of a room.
Uh-oh.
Crowd outside of a room.
Mm-hmm. One of the back rooms. You guys are I believe you guys are both familiar with the back rooms of the church.
Yeah, that's where we dropped off the cleric.
So, is this the temple over here where you have him at?
No, the temple's right here.
Oh, because that says Maple and Grain, so I was a little...
Oh yeah, it
That's the
does.
name of the temple.
Okay.
That's a weird name for a temple.
So we see people gathered over here in the alley?
No. Once you guys enter the temple, Grotog on, I assume, Adrik's shoulder. There is a crowd of priests, priestesses, all type of clergy gathered around a room. Some are sitting, some are trying to appear in the room occasionally.
Okay, well I'm going to walk up to the nearest person in this crowd and ask them what's going on.
The priestess that was rescued a few weeks back, she's given birth to a devil baby.
Who's in there with her?
Shantae's in there, she's in there, we've all been told to leave the room.
Is there
I'm a
anybody... is there anybody standing guard that would oppose us if we were to just push past these people?
No, the door is shut, but it's cracked open and people keep trying to peer through it. But there's
I'm
no
going
one
to-
guarding the room.
Alright, I'm going to knock on the door and tell them that I am the paladin who rescued her and I would like to see her.
There is no response.
Alright. I just open the door and walk in.
Vex is
Yeah,
a little more brash. He's just like, fuck it. You see before you Isabella the priestess holding a baby. It looks quite deformed. And then you see Shantae there, just sitting next to the bed, kind of holding her hand.
Now who's holding this baby?
The baby is being held by Isabella.
Okay.
Would you guys like to make a roll to see if you guys can identify what the baby is?
Sure. Would that be perception or...
Yeah, I'll take a perception check.
Alright. Here's hoping. Okay. Can I?
It's very vile. But it's humanoid.
Is it the kind of thing I would want to hit with a hammer?
It's got orange skin. It's bald. It's clearly a baby.
It's Donald Trump, baby.
There we go. Yes, it looks very similar to the Donald Trump baby.
Alright. Glad to have that established.
What brings you here? That Shantae says to you, kind of looking up at you guys.
I'm going to tell her that I'm the paladin that rescued this priestess.
Our friend has turned into a werewolf. We didn't know he was infected. We need help to stabilize him if it's possible.
I'm a bit busy at the moment.
I see that.
Poor Isabella here just had quite traumatic night.
And what exactly do you plan to do about what just came out of her? That is clearly not a human.
It's a hobgoblin. She just states it kind of matter-of-factly. And we're kind of confused what to do with it at the church. Notoriously, hobgoblins are evil. But it is an innocent soul. So to kill it would be just as bad as letting it live.
I would think that if it's raised in the right environment, it may actually prove to be useful, but we don't know what kind of curse may be bestowed upon this baby. Can you detect anything that would suggest that it is cursed?
Are you guys getting echo off the mic? I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Okay.
Are you hearing an echo?
No, it's just my mic kept picking something up and I wasn't sure what.
Oh.
I'm going to interject at this point and tell them that even as a paladin, I know what is evil and what is not. And this child is not yet evil. He could still be... He could be taught to be good.
Yes, but do we raise him and take that chance?
I would say you should. You have a good town here. You may be able to raise him well.
We'll take that into consideration.
I asked the cleric what her thoughts are. Her honest thoughts. Not Isabella, but the other one.
Well, you guys are talking to Shantae right now.
Yeah.
You asking her for her thoughts?
Yes, what are her thoughts?
You guys are right. The child is innocent. We may have the manpower to raise her.
Of course, this also comes down to Isabella and what she wants, because obviously she was violated.
Right now,
Can't help it.
right now, Isabella is holding the child.
How dare she?
And how does she look as she's holding it? Does she look to be pleased that she gave birth to a healthy child, or does she look disgusted?
She's smiling. She looks exhausted. Her hair is matted. She's covered in sweat. It's my baby.
Well, I would suggest if we're going to proceed with keeping this thing, you should keep it under guard at all times. Who knows what might be coming to try to take it from you.
Something must have happened in that temple. Are there any... Was everything destroyed?
There were several things destroyed.
We didn't destroy the entire temple, but we did destroy a cauldron of blood. And there was an altar that you were on, but I don't think we destroyed the altar.
Was there anyone left living in that temple?
Not that we're aware of.
We may have missed something. I don't think we've searched every room.
Then you may be right. Something may try to come after the child.
But the shaman that was over her and the Goblin King were slain. And we did destroy the ritual blood they were gathering from the bodies. I'm not sure what
That's
else.
not all you've destroyed recently. And she directly gives Vex a wink.
Mm.
We have been busy as of late, that is true. But all we've done to protect this town.
Yes, I felt when the Raven Queen perished.
So
I'm glad.
Am I able to see Shantae differently now?
Yeah, you can see her for what she is. Adrik probably could as well, I'm going to assume.
I don't even. I'm trying to find Shantae on the can.
Oh, on the campaign stuff?
Yeah.
I believe she's there.
She is.
Yeah, I just don't see her just yet.
She's underneath the party. Hold on, maybe she's not visible by you yet. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, you haven't technically met her till now.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you have. Adrik and Vex.
Yep.
Okay, so you see Varric?
Yep.
Right under
Oh,
Varric.
okay, I misread her name.
It's Shantae.
Yeah. And then you have then you have Isabella. Alright, yeah.
But Vex, go ahead and, or not Vex, sorry. Adrik, go ahead and roll a religion check.
Oh crap, wrong page. That's Discord.
Because Vex already has this figured out. 21, you recognize that you are looking at... Hold on, give me 1 second here.
Is she a goddess?
Yes, she's known as the Grain Goddess or the Great Mother.
That explains the name of the temple then.
That explains the name of what?
The temple.
The temple.
The temple?
Yeah.
She is a... Hold on. She's a deity of life, like growth, harvest. She's worshipped by druids, farmers. And she's known as the Great Mother, the Grain Goddess, she who shapes all.
Okay, well, while we're acknowledging this, I'm going to ask her if there's anything that we can do for her while we wait for her assistance with our friend.
No, I believe I'm done here. I can help you with your friend now. Isabella looks like she'll be alright for now. And as she says that, Isabella's just... At this point is nursing this creature.
Okay.
I was going to say, you guys can react to however you want to.
I'm going to just kind of nod and kind of have a moment of realization, but not say very much.
I'm going to tell Isabella that if she needs our help at any point, to not hesitate to ask, and that we'll never be too far away.
You guys plan on settling down here?
Maybe at some point, I'm sure we're going to have to leave town to venture off and finish some unsettled deeds here.
Yeah, she's talking to you. She's not really looking at you guys. She's just...
Looking at the baby.
Yes.
Looking at little Trump.
So I'm guessing we're not
I'll keep that in
sensing
mind.
any evil from her, though.
You are not sensing any powerful evil.
Okay.
Well, the child's technically evil, but it's not actually evil.
Yeah, there's a big philosophy case here.
Goblins are known to be evil, but they're also raised in an evil environment. It's a matter of nature versus nurture.
Yep.
Alright, and Shantae's going to lead you guys down, back out past the group of people, and down to the other back room.
I'm going to ask Shantae if she'd like me to clear the people out real quick.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Alright, I'm going to step out here and just kind of yell out to the people that they need to leave now.
Are you doing persuasion or intimidation?
Intimidation. I'm essentially just giving them an order for this one.
Go ahead and roll it.
Bellowing out at the crowd.
They all look startled and begin to make their way out of the temple with haste.
As they start clearing out, as I see them walking away, I'm also going to say out loud that not to spread any rumors or gossip until an official statement has been released about this matter, or they'll have to deal with us personally.
All right. I'm going to assume they listen to you because Adrik made a very good roll that has them all kind of...
Yeah, just shut up!
They're already on edge, so you following Adrik up with that is enough to convince them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are quickly filing their way out.
No, I wasn't even meant to be like really aggressive towards them, just kind of bellowing that out, that everybody needs to leave.
The angry dwarf is very convincing.
Yes. Angry dwarf is convincing. Not just angry dwarf, but heavily armored angry dwarf with a hammer and a reputation.
Yeah, they probably know by now that it was your hammer that finished Morgan.
And a lich.
Yep. Although the lich is a more recent, but I guess no, it's the same time. Actually, it was all the same.
Same day.
Yeah, it's all back to back.
I murdered 2 godlike deities that day. Didn't even break a sweat.
How many of you guys almost died?
Shut up, Dennis.
Didn't break a sweat.
I actually didn't almost die, though.
I think you were the only one other than the rangers. The range fighters.
Like, I mean, the lich hit me for like half my health, and then I laughed in its face and crushed its head. Like,
And its final words were "foolish mortals."
yep. And I'm about to find it and crush its head again. Well, this time it'll stay dead. If not, it'll learn eventually.
Hence the immortal trip of Adrik just finding the lich, bashing its head in, and then repeating this to the end of time.
Eventually, he'll learn to not come back. Right.
Alright, but Grotov is strapped down to a table with your guys' help.
Yep, I'm gonna step back into the room.
Would you like to give this a try, Vex?
What are we trying to do?
This is coming from Shantae. Oh, a little miracle.
I'm gonna actually interject here and ask if I might be able to use holy water in any way to help this.
I think with holy water, we might burn him more than we help him at this point.
Fair enough. I'm gonna step back then, because I don't have much to do at this point.
I asked Shantae how I can assist her.
I'm not that advanced of a healer.
Good old test of the powers, she just says with a wink. I don't want to give...
Okay, so... Am I supposed to use my ability here, or...?
Yeah, she's asking if you... She's already can tell the change in you.
Yeah.
She's asking if you'd like to try it.
I'm gonna watch very carefully in case I need to hit something with a hammer.
I'm not sure exactly what I'd be using here, though. I mean... Because I'm guessing it's a specific spell I'm supposed to be using, which I don't know what it is.
Shoot, let me double check here, actually. I thought it was one of the things in the list.
I'm not sure what could cure full-blown lycanthropy at this point. We didn't catch it before he turned.
Um. Oh, I'm sorry. Give me one quick second here.
Your truck has a hitch, right?
Sorry, I was thinking that was being the scope of the lesser one, but I can't seem to find it. So maybe I might be wrong.
So it would have to be a level 4 spell or below.
Okay, but you're
Which I don't know if...
It would take a lesser restoration from you or Adrik.
Take a what?
It'd take lesser restoration to cure Grotok.
So
This
they
is
can
coming
cure...
from Chauncey.
Wait, I don't know if I have that.
You might not.
I don't think I get that at level 6. I'll check.
It'd be a second level spell, if either of you have it.
This is talking about blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. This doesn't talk about full-blown lycanthropy.
Oh shit. Hold on.
At 6th, I gain Aura of Protection, but
Would it be greater restoration, maybe?
Is there a greater restoration?
Yep. Let me see what it says.
I was reading about the effect for it to cure a disease.
And see, the greater one is for like charmed or petrified, curse, one curse including target's attunement to a cursed magic item.
The fuck was that noise? Lycanthrope. Hold on. It's in here somewhere. Sorry, I
That's fine.
should have had this one looked up. Does Greater Restoration says it does the disease in general, or does it just say those 5?
Those ones. And then the greater one was also things that aren't as permanent as lycanthropy. I'm looking up the 5e version of how to be cured.
Oh. I know there's a way to resist it naturally.
It says you have to kill the alpha werewolf.
That's what it said. Where did you find that?
Well, that's just on a D&D and Beyond. D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, I don't know how accurate that is.
Alright, he's already made his first... The curse... Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I keep saying disease. I should be saying curse.
It says it can
Does
be
anyone
removed
know-
by remove curse.
Yes. Does anyone know remove curse?
What level is that?
It's a 3rd level abjuration spell. I just keep saying disease when I should be saying curse.
I think Jay just texted the group chat asking if stuff was still going on.
Should we tell him what's going down? I mean, honestly, should we tell him?
That's up
Why
to
is
you
he
two right
texting? Why
now.
doesn't he just hop on?
I don't know.
It's like we're always having to bend around.
I'm going to answer this very bluntly. You're strapped to a table, unconscious, after you turned into a werewolf and and Vex and Adrik recovered you. Sound good?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna leave out the part where I manually bludgeon. Crap, wrong button.
What the fuck, according to Quaid.
Let's see if the what the fuck gets any bigger when we tell him what our original plan to do with him after we saw him convert.
I'm gonna just put it bluntly. I smashed him with a hammer.
Yep. Turned you into werewolf soup. But yeah, I'll go ahead and decurse him.
You decurse him?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm guessing that.
Would you like to describe how that happens?
Okay.
Oh, like, you're...
Well, he's strapped to a table laying down.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to. I guess now, even though me personally, I had to look up what I had to do, but Vex has the knowledge of all spells available to him at that point, and I knew in this situation what I had to do innately. So I walk up and I hover my hands over his body and begin to draw the curse out of him and make it just dissipate like steam coming out of him.
Alright. Adrik, any reaction from you seeing this? Vex literally walking over and pulling this curse out of Grotog.
I'm gonna grab my hammer. I'm not gonna do anything yet, but I'm gonna grab my hammer.
Instinct at this point, I'm guessing.
It is pretty much instinctive. I'm gonna ask him how he did that.
I turn around and look at him with my black eyes.
If it weren't for the fact that he already had black eyes, I'd be able to creep out. But...
No, they were solid white before.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Solid black.
I'm gonna just kind of growl and ask what's happening.
Well, my eyes turned black whenever we killed Morrigan. That's when her essence came into me. Everybody saw my eyes turn black. Because that's the only thing anybody could see on me was my eyes. So they went from white to black.
When you did this, even Shantae was taken aback at how easily you were able to just draw out this curse.
Okay.
Adrik. You're staring down the black-eyed Vex.
Mm-hmm. And I have several questions for him, and I have my hammer in my hands.
Like, you full-on drew it?
I have my hammer in my hands, yes. I'm not preparing to attack openly, but
Okay.
I am prepared.
See, before I thought you had it like hanging at your side and you just placed your hand on it.
Nope. I have it in both of my hands,
Okay.
in case I might possibly need to smash and destroy 3 godly beings this week.
Yeah, so I'm staring at you, waiting for you to do something.
I'm going to ask you how you were able to do that so easily, if at all.
I shrug and say, your guess is as good as mine. Something happened when Morgan was slain.
Why are our eyes black?
I have no idea. All I know is I feel differently now. I feel the knowledge of things I did not know before.
What kind of things?
I don't know them until I'm in their presence. As for instance, Shantae here. I can see her now for who she is. Before I could not.
What do you know of Moradin?
Less than you. I'd have to see him.
Fair enough.
Is there something you want to do with that hammer?
I'm afraid I'm already distrusting of all of you, but this leads to a little bit more than that.
Well, until you've made up your mind, I suggest we carry on.
I will carry on. I won't attack you yet, not until I have a fair enough reason for it.
Well, when you figure it out, maybe you should let me know. That way I know as well what's going on with me.
Fair enough.
All I can tell you is I don't feel any different as far as who I am, only what I can do.
Morgan is a dark being, and I don't quite trust that she's gone into you. Or any form of her essence has.
Well, for the sake of our party and for the town that we're trying to protect, if I feel myself slipping into some sort of evil trance, I'll be sure to let you know so that you can help save me instead of letting it get too far to where you feel like you need to destroy me.
If it brings you any solace, I'd rather not just outright destroy you. I'd rather help you first, but we don't know how strong this evil could be. For now, let's just focus on the issues at hand and try and fix Grotog.
Maybe Shantae can shed some light on what might be happening.
What do you, child?
Yes.
You've done something few mortals have done. Drawn in a god's essence.
Do you know what this means for me?
Unfortunately, no. Not a very common occurrence. Maybe a handful of cases in thousands of years.
You know, Vex, I must say, considering how little we know of you to begin with, only raises more questions that you were the only one able to draw her in.
I can only assume it's my background. I do come from a very secretive background.
Oh, I know. I can't even be sure that you're younger than me at this rate. All things considered, with your affiliation with that phoenix.
Maybe in time I could divulge more secrets of my order onto you, but I'm not ready to make that move yet.
I understand that fully. I'm simply saying that it makes things a little more interesting. And it would be nice to know I'm not the oldest of the party.
If it makes any difference, my secrecy is not for myself, it's purely for the existence of Phoenix in this world. I'm afraid if I divulge too much information and this information gets into the wrong hands, that this could affect the Phoenix Order directly and help to extinguish life of Phoenix in this plane for all eternity. My
I can
life is
understand.
nothing compared to the life of the everlasting Phoenix.
I understand. I too carry a few secrets that I'm not permitted to divulge.
Jay, are you there?
You've missed a lot, Jay.
Are you able to talk? Take that as a no. If you gotta keep typing. All right. Well, you're on the table, unconscious. You were a werewolf for most of the night.
You killed somebody.
Yeah, you definitely winged a civilian on the way out of town.
And I've just removed lycanthropy from you. So you are back to Grotog. Alright, well...
If Gurkha regains consciousness today, what would you want him to say? Or do? Because right now you're kind of strapped to a table. Last week I believe you were bitten or scratched by a werewolf in the dungeon. Well, tonight was the full moon. So you transformed it into a werewolf. Ran from the inn, encountered a civilian on the way out of town, and then you continued out to the farmlands where Vex and Adrik were able to
subdue
you. And then they brought you back to town to find you a cure.
Well, I guess since he's fine now, we can remove the restraints.
Alright, you guys remove the restraints. He's still unconscious for the moment, though.
Alright.
He should rest for the night. Coming from Shantae.
Are you okay with him resting here?
Yeah, he should be fine in this back room. By the way, the back room that you guys are in, although he's strapped to the table, it's a storage room.
Alright.
It's got crates, barrels, and just candles in general. A long list of supplies that you generally see at a temple.
Alright. So this is the back room that we were probably in whenever I got the manifesto for what was ordered to that temple a while ago.
Yep. And it looks like it's very well stocked to the brim. Wonder why that would be.
I've actually got to take a break here real quick because I need to go get food and eat.
Alright.
What did you say was stocked to the brim?
A lot of supplies. Like, an excessive amount of supplies at this point.
What kind of supplies? Like stuff for the temple, or
Yeah. Yeah, it's all stuff for the temple.
Alright, well,
Do you inquire about it?
Hmm. Well, seeing as I probably never noticed before the state of their supplies, I would just be guessing that that's just normal.
Yeah, okay.
I have no reason to think that it's excessive.
alright, I'm gonna mute myself real quick, so I will let you know when I'm back from eating.
I was just trying to remember if Vex had read the original manifest,
Not sure.
what Adrik had found.
I don't think so. And if he did read it to me, I don't know if he did or not. I can't remember.
They ordered a lot of supplies to go to the temple up north.
Oh, so those supplies are destined for somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna since I guess I don't know for sure. I can't remember for sure if I knew about that or not.
I thought you did, but I can't say for sure.
Well, I'm gonna ask her if there's anything that we can help her with while we're here in town before we head out.
Where are you guys planning on going?
We have a couple of leads we're trying to follow up with to figure out if there's any loose ends connected to Morrigan and her cultists, her temples. We also ran into a lich down in these caverns, and when we just tried to destroy it, it vanished, and we think that it may have reanimated somewhere that its mortal remains are, and we're in search of this. Also, I pull out the candles, the 2 candles, and show them to her and tell her that this is what was binding the lich, and if she knows anything about such candles and what they could be used for.
Oh, I know exactly what those candles are used for. You never attempted to identify the candles, did you?
I have not.
They are candles of invocation. Which you can look up in the,
Compendium?
yeah, in the compendium.
It's not showing. Okay, never mind. It was candle of invo. I put an S on it. All right. Okay, so I'll have to have Adrik detect evil or good on these. And the DM chooses the god and associated alignment or determine the alignment randomly.
Yeah, they're already figured out, technically. Excuse me.
It says after burning for 4 hours, the candle is destroyed.
Yes.
So are these like ever burning candles of invocation, or because or were those guys putting new candles up every 4 hours, or
Somebody was doing some kind of maintenance here.
yeah. Can I tell how far burnt these candles are?
Each one's about halfway down.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, you guys fried the only other people who might know. Because you guys fried them to the crisp.
Now, I'm guessing if it's holding an evil, it must be candles that are of a good alignment.
That's a good deduction.
Lawful alignment.
Fair deduction.
And since the Hammer of Moradin was nearby, maybe it was... But see, that makes me wonder who we fried then. Because if we fried servants of Moradin, who which I'm guessing would have been the only ones who could have made such candles.
The alignment is neutral. Good, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, the alignment is neutral good. Being used to, and they were used to hold in the Lich. As for the deity, I can't say.
Okay, I'm just gonna say... Okay. I called them 2 times magic, half burnt candles of invocation, neutral good.
That's fair.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm by myself right now, so I'm just gonna... thank her for her help, and... tell her not to hesitate if she needs help, or if Isabella needs help. If anybody tries to cause any trouble with her child, that they'll have to speak to me first before they do anything, otherwise they're going to have to deal with me.
Thought you were going away.
Well, if we're around. If we are here in town. If we are gone when something happens, then I won't be able to interject.
Well, you've always relied on the chaplain, but if you guys are in town, we will ask for help.
What do you know about the chaplain? I've never been able to gather any information on this person. All I know is he keeps his identity completely concealed. He's the right-hand man of the Baron, and he has abilities that are beyond most others.
He's a good man. You can still call him that.
So, did you know him before he wore this black armor?
Yeah, I knew him before he wore the black armor.
Was he related to the Baron's family at all?
No. He was actually a servant back then.
And have you heard any rumors as to what changed him?
He has his own curse.
But you have no reason to believe that he is a threat to the Baron, his family, or this town.
No, not since that armor was permanently bound to him. It keeps him... how should I say this?
Contained.
Neutral?
Neutral.
Content. Content would be good. Curves his tendencies.
Now,
Contained?
Do you know the nature of his curse in any way?
Yes. It's one I couldn't even deal with. He is cursed with vampirism. What gave him his powers, his abilities to read minds. When he came down with it, his armor was crafted for him. He was a valued servant back then. And now he's even more valuable. But hopefully that armor is never removed.
Did the vampires that changed him ever get dealt with?
No, they've been long gone. Tracking a vampire, though, is rather difficult work. He was the only one to survive the attack. The Royal Knights attempted to follow, but were quickly led astray. But the Black Knight has been, how should we say, well behaved. Been in the service of the town for nigh 200 years.
Have you been in this town for 200 years?
I've been in this town longer than that. I was in this town when they put up the first building. The same building you're standing in.
I pull out the book that I was doing research on for the Baron and ask her if she knows of any discrepancies 3 generations back when their name was slightly altered and what may have caused this.
So it's the heritage one.
Yeah. We're trying to clear up some things here, trying to shed a good light on the Baron and his family so that they don't get held accountable for their ancestors' deeds.
Let's see, 3 generations, that would have been what, 120 years, 140 years, somewhere in that area?
Thereabouts, yeah.
Thereabouts. See,
I mean, back technically in medieval times, people were having children pretty young because they didn't live very long, but assuming
we're
they had
thinking
children at 40 years old, then yeah.
that would be about the time that the Baron's family took over this region.
So
Before then, we had a lord named Graves that ruled this region.
And what do you remember what the reason was for them taking over?
Oh, it was something little property dispute, maybe. Something to do with one of those mortal
So the
claims over land they don't own.
So the Baron's ancestors may have looked for an opportunity to take over this land and exploited it.
Well, they've been kind to the people. But yes, they did deal away with Graves and his lordship.
Do you know what manner they dealt with him? Did they kill his family, or did they just banish them, or...
Last I heard, they were all banished to the south. That being over 90 years ago, though. Who can say where their descendants would be now?
Interesting. The cave that we found is also located in the south. I wonder if there's some sort of grudge being held between the Graves heirs and...
It's possible, but I believe they were sent to the desert. I believe that's how far they were kicked out of the country.
Do you remember when the Baron's father went missing?
That's much more recent. That was... what?
Almost 40 years?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
30 years, possibly?
I'd say about 30. Time travels differently when it means very little.
And was the Baron's grandfather around when his father disappeared?
He was, but he was very old and sick roller at the time.
Do you know if he died of natural causes?
Well, he suspected natural causes.
Was there a body?
There was. He's in the crypt behind the... oh shoot. Was it Black Iron Keep? Yes, behind. There's a crypt behind Black Iron Keep. He's buried there.
All right, so it's just okay. So she's in the room. We got me, Adrik, Grotog, and her are in the room. Or are we in separate rooms? Or
You guys are all in the same room.
is this where
Grotog is still unconscious, I believe. Adric is looking at his scrolls.
Okay. Now, since I know that I'm talking to a goddess now, I feel comfortable with sharing information with her. I'm going to ask her devotion to the Baron in this town. What her devotion is to the Baron, or her loyalty.
My loyalty is not to the Baron, it is to the people.
Okay.
They're foolish. But they need help.
Okay. I tell her that we're trying to clear up a matter that may implicate the Baron's father, and whether she would be willing to discuss this with me without spreading it outside of this room.
What do you know of the Baron's father?
I need your word that you'd be able to keep this between us until we've resolved it.
Perhaps we should go to another room then.
Okay, so I'll follow her.
You follow her? Alright, we're gonna actually jump to a different channel for a minute, guys.
Okay.
Alright, what would you like to discuss?
We don't have any concrete evidence, but based on circumstantial evidence, we do feel like it's possible there's a connection between the lich we found in the cavern and the disappearance of the Baron's father, and that they might be one and the same. And what you suggest we do to proceed forward with this?
She walks over to one of the windows and looks outside. This is a tricky situation. Did you speak with the Baron already?
We have. Adrik and I are the only ones who know of it. And we told the Baron we would keep the utmost secrecy.
I would start in the crypt. I never considered this before. But you may be able to find something on the grandfather's body. Maybe a clue, maybe his death wasn't innocent as we thought it was.
Okay.
You said you guys fought this lich.
Yes.
I will begin scrying later today when the sun is at its highest. Maybe I can find a lead on this lich.
Would it help at all if you had some sort of an artifact that would have been used by the person who either made the ritual happen or who they themselves became the lich?
It would definitely help to have something that connects to the lich.
Now, I have something here, but if in the wrong hands, or even the right hands, it could cause serious damage. I have hesitated to even look at the pages of this book because I do not want to be corrupted by it, and I'm afraid of giving it to someone as pure as yourself for I don't want to corrupt you either. I'm wondering
What
if
is this
there's...
book?
It's a book that the Baron has revealed to us that he found by accident, that he thinks was directly connected to this lich that we found, and that also may implicate his father or grandfather, in this case, to be the ones who had studied it.
The Fool. Show me this book.
I reach into my cloak and I pull out the book, holding on to it but not handing it over. And I tell her again, I do not want you to be corrupted by this. So if there's a way we can study this without actually peering into its evil arcane runes.
I can't so much as touch that book. It isn't going to help me to find the Lich. I cannot be around it, I cannot touch it, I cannot open its pages.
I nod and I say it's probably for the best. And if you could, please don't mention the existence of this book to anyone, because at some point when we figure this all out, it is my wish to destroy this so it is rid of the world.
Be careful when destroying something of that power. It can cause just as much damage to you as you do to it.
Do you have any experience in destroying such artifacts?
No, I'm the goddess of life, unfortunately. I don't do death.
Very well. I do have somebody else I think in mind that might be able to help.
Well, good luck to you. I will scry for the Lich in the
Please
following days.
Please let me know as soon as you find out anything. And if you need any assistance, let me know as well.
I shall. Shall we check on your friends?
Yes.
Alright, you want to jump back up?
Yeah, I will.
Adrik, you back yet?
Yeah, sorry. I was waiting for you guys to get out of that.
That's okay. We were discussing some things.
Alright, so I heard a bit of a chat about the Baron's family, but I don't know much else of what's happening.
Yep, I was just having a private chat with Shantae.
Alright, I would like to say that while I was on break, Adrik just went back to the inn to go back to sleep because I'm not nice when I'm tired.
It's 1 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. I'm still tired. I want to go to bed. Just had
And
to fight a
Berthold was already
werewolf.
agreed that he could stay here.
Alright, so I'll head back as well.
Man, I'm tired, man. It's 1 in the morning. I just had to wake up and fight a wolf, yell at a bunch of people.
Oh, also I inform Shantae that there was an innocent person who was slain by the Eastern Road. If they could have somebody retrieve that body and give them their last rites.
I shall send someone right away. Do you know who caused the death?
It was our poor friend Grotog here, unknowingly as a werewolf.
We'll take some things into consideration. With that, she kind of waves you off.
Alright.
You guys all return to the inn. That'll put you guys at the next morning.
Yep.
I was gonna say, Varric and Jakarta are gone when you guys wake up.
Man.
Throughout this whole week, they've been disappearing for almost the entire day.
I am suspicious.
It's been happening all week. Every time you guys wake up and you guys go to do your thing, they've been just gone, and they come back late every evening.
Hmm.
So it's like the Karate Kid and Mr. Miyagi.
That's a great analogy. Yep, it's a Karate Kid. Jesus Christ. Yep, that sums it up right there.
Wax the car.
Come home smelling of sulfur.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, what should we do now then?
Let's see here. We have Shantae going and scrying for you guys.
What is she scrying about?
Oh shit.
that's okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Only I know this.
Oh, okay.
Redacted.
Redacted, I don't know that information.
Alright.
Did you do a potato?
Okay, well, when we wake up, I will inform only Adrik of what I talked to Shantae about. Also, going to tell them that we have a lead that we can go to, try to gain access to the catacombs, and that there's possibly something we can find in the catacombs that will help us figure this out.
Alright.
So is that what you guys would like to do then?
Yeah, personally. I'd like to go investigate that.
crypt? What?
Yeah, personally, because I want to find that lich and smash.
Also,
If,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Vex.
Okay. I also tell them about what's his name? I can never remember what his title is. The dude in the black armor.
The chaplain.
The chaplain. I don't know why I cannot remember a chaplain. Okay, so the chaplain is he's not evil.
Say, I gotta hear this.
He's not evil, but he is basically contained inside of that armor that he's wearing. It's keeping him from becoming evil because he was actually given vampirism many years back, and he was the only one to survive the vampire attack. So that's why his abilities that he has. I asked her about where the vampires were, if they had been around still. She said that they're long gone, and that tracking them would be incredibly difficult. So now we know why he's covered from head to toe in solid black armor. I'm guessing this allows him to also go out in the daytime and not be affected. And that he is not a direct family member of the Baron, but he is a well-trusted right-hand man. And that he is, I think, over 200 years old.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Wait, why am I saying wow? That's about how old I am.
But yeah, that's all I know about him. I don't know, like, I didn't ask what race he was or anything like that. I'm guessing if he was only turned into a vampire, I'm not sure how long ago it was, if it was before this whole thing happened with Morrigan. But if it did, then that would explain why he's lived so long. Otherwise, it could be because he's an elf or a dwarf, or... But I'm guessing this must have happened like 100 and something years ago.
Yeah. I mean, The vampires are apparently very long gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point it'd be really, really difficult to track them.
Yeah. We
But
could be
back
on
when the attack happened, they were unable to track them.
They could be on the other side of the planet. But of course, everybody in this world thinks the Earth is flat, so
I never said that.
we all live on the back of a turtle.
I believe it. Wait, did that mean that Morden forged a turtle, according to my myths?
No.
We all live inside the blue-eyed giant named Macumber.
But you guys both are. You guys may know that dragon turtles are a real thing. Which are turtles that are literally they have the head of a dragon and they're the size of a small island or a large island, depending on how old they are.
So it makes you wonder if they can get that big, how much bigger they can get.
Makes you wonder. Actually, I think there's a Pokemon character based on that concept.
I know that the lion turtles from Aang or from Avatar are.
Yeah, those are very similar actually to what the same kind of deal.
Yeah, but there's only 4 of those, so.
Alright, well I guess I would like to go speak with the Baron about gaining access to the crypts, since he did tell us that he would allow us to do that last time.
Oh, I thought you guys were just going to go for it.
Well, he did. He was helpful. He was open, honest, and also revealed some things that we wouldn't have known if he hadn't told us, so I feel like we can include him, especially since this directly affects his family's future. I want to see how he reacts, really.
Alright.
But I'm discussing this with Adrik to get his input on it.
I think we'd be able to let the Baron in on this.
Because I don't think we'd be where we are right now in this investigation if it wasn't for his.
The Baron has been more. The Baron has been more than willing to help us so far. I think the least we could do is let him in on this and what's happening. Especially considering how much this will affect him going forward.
Yep.
I mean, this could determine whether he lives or dies, depending on how angry the subjects are. Excuse me, sorry. So yes, I think we can go up and talk to him about the crypts right now. And just kind of see what... I don't think he'll have a problem with letting us go through it. I mean...
Yeah, I'm really trying to gauge his reaction on all this because I'm still not closing the book on his innocence until we've proven him completely innocent. But right now he's more on the innocent side in my mind, so I'd like to...
Yeah, he's... I don't think he's evil. I think he's a fool. Which... that might just be a problem of his youth.
Yep.
Because as it stands, he's not a very old man. He hasn't been in power for that long.
And he probably was kept in the dark about a lot of stuff growing up as well.
Yeah, he was kept in the dark about it. And he inherited a crap fest. Like, he's just been trying to do the best he can right now. He has no experience ruling over a normal country. So. I mean, and that's part of why I wanted to have that talk with him last Thursday, is things definitely need to change with how he rules, because they no longer have to worry about Morgan just somebody accidentally stumbling upon a cave and Morgan deciding to wipe out the town because of it.
Yep.
Because I smashed her.
As I say, you guys did it.
Yep. We smashed 2 godlike deities that day. That's what happens when I come across evil.
So you guys make your way to the Barrens.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, would you guys like me to switch you over to that map, or we're just gonna keep going like we've been going?
Do you actually have anything for the crypts, or will we just be talking it through?
No, the crypts are gonna be talking it through.
Okay, well we can just keep it on this one then.
Yeah.
You guys find the... When you guys get to the Baron's house, do you guys just... Last time, we didn't discuss this, but how did you guys enter last time?
I just asked them to let me in so I could talk to the Baron personally, and they just kind of stood aside and let us in.
Yep.
That sounds about right with you guys' current standing in the town.
Yeah, because like we're fairly popular now.
Yeah.
Alright, so when you guys enter, you are led by a... This time by a new jester.
Oh, what happened to the old one? Is he dead?
If the old jester asks us that, I'm not going to reply.
Wait, what?
If the old jester asks us what happened to, or if the new jester asks us what happened to the old jester, I'm just going to dismiss his question and keep walking.
Wait, what did happen to the old jester?
He got turned into a blood smear on the wall.
Oh, wait, by
Morgan.
who?
When Morgan
Oh,
showed up at the
right.
feast.
I forgot that was him.
Yeah, that blood-curdling scream that we heard right before the splashing of blood all over the place.
Why'd she do that to the poor jester? He didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
God, I'm glad I smashed her with a hammer. She
Well-
seems really rude.
At least his last act of like morality was Jakarta trying to bribe him, and he held loyalty to the Baron. So he retained his honor right before he died. He just screamed like a little girl, but that's
Honestly, I imagine he was in a massive amount of pain, so...
yeah.
Oh, when
Getting
you
turned
basically
into a
have your
blood
body, you
splatter.
know.
Yeah, just rapidly disintegrated, so him screaming is kind of understandable.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, I'd probably be screaming if I was very suddenly rid to blood.
Yeah.
But if you asked him what happened to the last jester, he does not know.
No, we're just gonna forget about the last jester. We're not gonna mention that to this guy. I don't think he needs that trauma this early on in his career.
But he leads you back to the library nonetheless while you are discussing the
We are
previous.
very easily sidetracked.
It's not a bad thing. It's quite interesting
Yep.
catching the various angles of things, per se.
Yeah.
Well, when you find the Baron, he is sitting in his chair in the library with a pile of books on one side of him and a stack of books on the other.
I'm going to gently knock on his door and kind of get his attention.
You guys were led into the library.
Oh, alright. Well, I'm going to quietly say hello to him then, because he looks very busy.
He looks at me, he says hello, tosses the book off to the left, and grabs another one.
What are you looking for, Baron?
I've been looking for information since you guys left the other day. Been at this all night.
I think I may have something that we can check out if you are willing to assist us. I've been thinking about the crypts which we wanted to check out, and with your permission, I would like to exhume your grandfather's tomb and remove the lid. I know this sounds very unorthodox, but I assure you there's good reason.
Uh,
Of course, you could be there with us. You don't have to wonder what we're doing. You'll be right there.
I would like to interject at this moment, and I'm going to give the Baron my word that we will take the utmost care with his grandfather's body.
you guys have my permission. Do not touch any other bodies in the crypt. It's enough to defile one of my family members.
Well, I assure you, we'll try our best not to even move your grandfather's remains. We simply just need to examine visually.
You have my permission.
Thank you, Baron.
Would you like to accompany us?
I do not wish to enter that crypt until it is my time.
Understand.
That's not to tempt these things.
In light of recent events, that is very understandable.
We shall return to you as soon as we've figured out anything.
Thank you for your assistance, Baron.
He gives you guys a nod and he continues reading his book.
We shall make our way to the crypts then.
Alright, so as you guys go out the main entrance and around off to the side of the main building, a little further on you guys find a small graveyard. And at the center of the graveyard is a tall... how to describe this? It's made out of some type of lime, and it's got 4 pillars, and it's got basically a staircase going down.
Okay. Is
Alright.
it gated or anything, or is it just open?
Yeah, the back 3 sides are walled off, and the front has a solid wooden door, but it does not appear to be locked.
I was about to say, I'm not going to go smashing down a door into a crypt. If nothing else, I'll go back and ask for a key or something.
No, there's actually no lock on the door.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, if it was locked, no, we're not smashing the down the door to the crypt.
Who tries the door?
I'll try the door.
Adrik tries the door. When you try the door, you're strong. You're a really strong dwarf. And you can tell this thing is rusted solid. This probably hasn't been opened in 20 years.
Alright. I'm going to just kind of yank it back real quick.
Just yank it back real quick.
Yeah, not like in a way to actually rip it off, just like try and yank it open.
Alright, when you yank it back, the nailed-in hinges actually come out. The hinges itself didn't turn. They just pulled the nails right out of the where they were set in the limestone.
Alright.
Would it be limestone or granite that this thing would be made out of? What's
I think granite.
Okay, let's say granite, because I'm realizing limestone sounds wrong.
Yeah, limestone's a lot more
Alright.
fragile.
Make
Okay.
a note that whenever we come back, I'm gonna... actually, hold on. After we go through, I'm gonna use my one of my hammer's charges to mend this door.
Okay.
Because I can do that, and I just remembered, and oh crap, I didn't mean to...
It's not really broken, it's just rusty.
Yeah, well, I also just kind of ripped it off.
Oh yeah, you did rip it. You ripped it out of the hinges, that's true.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my mending thing, and hopefully that'll fix up the rust a little bit too, but...
So you like pull the door back into place and just cast mending?
Yeah.
Alright.
I feel kind of bad for... I need to remember that I can easily push around 600 pounds. I didn't need to yank on the door. I probably could have just pulled it.
With you guys on the other side of the door, you guys can both see in the dark, so that's helpful. But there's a stairs going at a rather steep angle downwards.
I'm going to ask Vex if he could maybe summon a small little wisp of fire so we can see down the stairs better.
Okay, I'll keep the dancing lights in front of us at the max range.
Alright, thank you. I can see well in the dark, but I'd rather not test my luck. I am in heavy armor, and it's going to hurt if I fall.
I'm going to keep the orbs hovering close to the floor so that we can see if there's anything missing on the way down.
Nothing's missing, but as you guys go down the stairs, like I said before, that they're very steep. They're like... It's like 8 or 9 inches tall each step, and each step is like half your guys' foot. Like, you guys are going down at a very steep angle.
Alright, I'm going to go down very slowly and very carefully. Actually, I have an idea. Could I possibly use my hammer to kind of alter these stairs to where they're easier to get down? Not or would that be on a bit too large of a scale?
I think that'd be too large of a scale, but how would you...
Yes, I mean,
I say
if
it's not so much the stairs that are the issue; it's the fact that you guys are going. The tunnel itself is real steep.
Yeah. Now,
Oh, all right. I can't alter an entire tunnel.
Yeah, it'd be a bit
That would be a
too
little
large.
Also, I
What's
just realized.
go ahead, Adrik.
Oh no, I wasn't saying anything important.
Okay, I was gonna, before I start really going down the stairs, because I notice how they're shaped, I'm gonna lean down and get a close inspection of the creases between the stairs and see if they look like they're solid or if it looks like there's actually a crease between each row of stairs, indicating that this might be some sort of a revolving stair, like one that can turn into a slide where all the stairs kind of...
Roll me a perception check here.
Because if they look solid, then I'm not worried. But if they look like they're creased in between, then I am
They
worried.
they do look creased, like they were set individually.
Okay. Do I need to do this perception for this?
Yeah,
To see if
don't
I
know.
notice anything else here? Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the perception.
Let me... Oh, I must have... Hold on a second. I closed my character sheet. Okay. There we go.
Okay, yeah, you notice that they're individually set.
Wow, I rolled a 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, can I roll a check on this? Wait, are the stairs themselves made out of stone?
Yes, the stairs are made out of stone.
Well, then shouldn't I be able to roll an advantaged perception check to see, like, kind of get an origin of them and how safe they might be?
Sure.
Alright. Because I remember I get the advantage on things regarding stonework, so... Hey, 16.
They're extremely high quality. And if you had to lay a guess, you would say these were cut by dwarves.
Hey.
They do seem to be safe and solid.
Alright, I'm going to tell Vex that, because he seems a little anxious. I'm just going to let him know, hey, these are fairly safe, we just have to be careful going down them.
Okay. So there's no obvious levers or anything nearby the top?
Not that I could see.
Okay, so I guess we'll start heading down.
Alright, you guys head down, and it's probably been... It's only about 20 steps to the bottom. And you
Alright.
guys come down to a long corridor with... On each side, there are corridors that go off. And you guys can just see it's a long hallway. And there's about 8 doors on each side.
Okay, is there anything at the end of this hallway?
At the end of the hallway is a small shrine that you guys can just make out from the distance.
Vex, would you like to investigate the shrine, or do you know where the Baron's grandfather is?
We didn't actually ask him.
Hmm.
So
Yes, that probably would have been wise to do.
do we have any?
Not-
Are there any sort of name indications?
There are year indications.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pop open the book and look for.
Well, the barons actually haven't lived at this keep for very long. You found out earlier, remember?
Yeah. So they should only be about, at most, 80 years back for this body.
So all of the other ones will be the Graves family.
So when you guys go through the years and you look, you're pretty sure it's the second door on the left.
I'm
The
going
year
to
lines up.
I'm going to carefully open that door.
There are no doors. It's just
Oh, alright.
There's
Is it
Oh,
an
what are they
above
called?
ground sarcophagus, like the stone ones with a stone lid, or
they're set back into the walls,
okay,
kind of like you see in Skyrim.
yeah,
They're stacked in three, and the bodies are just
laid
Yeah.
in there, shrouded.
laid in there. Yes, and
I'm
wrapped in cloth.
going to do something that may seem unconventional, but just as a test, because the Lich may have come back here, I'm going to run Divine Sense real quick.
All right.
If I can detect any form of evil in this room.
You do not detect any form of evil in this crypt.
I just wanted to be sure, because we still don't know where that Lich went, and this seems like a good place for a Lich.
Vex, can you give me an insight check?
Insight. Okay.
You find it relatively easy to just go through the numbers, and as you start looking through them, you see that each one of the bodies has a named placard
Oh, alright, that's
at
easy.
the end. And you can put together that, oh shoot, Victor, Galashi, Black Iron, oh shoot, what number is it? Sorry guys.
There's a lot of Victors.
Yes, there are. They've been using the name for 3. I think you technically be the first, because this is...
Because they switched.
Yeah, this is right after the switch, so yeah, he would be the first.
Okay, so
He's all the way back at the end of this one. In
Okay.
fact, it looks like he's the first body laid down here.
all right. I guess we'll just stand in front of him, visually examining for any sort of trinkets or anything. Yeah, just anything he might be wearing on him.
Well, right now he's wrapped in cloth. You guys are going to have to decide how to go about this.
Can we do?
Question.
Go ahead.
Would my mend apply to the cloth?
Your mend would apply to the cloth.
Alright. I'm going to ask Vex if he has a small knife.
I do. I pulled it out.
I'm going to take that from him, and very carefully, in ensuring I don't touch the body itself, I'm going to cut the cloth and lay it beside him.
Alright, so you just work your way down, I assume?
Yeah.
Alright, whenever you pull back the cloth, obviously he's dried up now.
Yeah.
And I want both you guys to make perception checks. I assume you guys are both examining the body.
Yeah, I am.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, nice job, Vex. Glad to have you here. To sum it up, Vex is the one who's good at actually realizing what's around him. I'm good at killing stuff.
He's either really good at it or really bad at it.
Yeah.
Alright, as Adrik's cutting away and you're watching closely, you notice that the bones that are showing that aren't covered with where the flesh is literally, over time decayed away, that the bones have black lines going up and down them.
Could I make a religion check related to that to see if maybe it has something to do with any form of religion, like maybe to do with Morrigan?
I mean, you can. I actually don't think it have any religious connection.
Alright, never mind then.
I don't need to waste a roll on it.
So these black lines, do they look like they were a mutilation?
They look like they are part of the bone at this point.
Okay, so he may have had some sort of a disease, or
I don't know. Do you guys have anything in the lines of? I don't know. It's not. Is it medicine now or?
I believe I'm proficient in medicine. I'm proficient
Medicine,
in medicine.
herbalism,
Yeah, I'll check in medicine to see if it's a disease real quick.
history, nature. and maybe investigation. But
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a medicine check.
medicine check.
Yep.
Hey.
boom.
Oh my god.
Double crit.
So we know
Let's just opt
exactly
for
what's
it in a
going
row.
on here.
After Vex points out the lines to you, you begin to investigate them, and you come to the conclusion that he was poisoned with some type of heavy metal, and it would have been over a very long time.
Wait, you said he was poisoned with a metal?
Mercury.
He was poisoned with some kind of. He was ingesting some type of heavy metal.
Would
And
I
it
be able to?
actually had become ingrained in his bones. It was so heavy, like it'd been going on for so long.
Okay, I'm going to ask this very seriously. As a dwarf, would I maybe be able to tell what kind of metal it is if Vex brightened up his light a little bit and I looked at it very carefully?
Hold on.
All right.
I say the mercury thing would honestly be right. Pretty sure.
I mean, that's the only type
I'm
of
pretty-
metal
I'm pretty sure-
poisoning I can think of other than lead, but lead's not really metal. It's
I'm pretty sure mercury is the one that can actually, if it's the right type, can actually bind to the human body.
yeah.
So yeah, this is
All right. Well, never mind then. We just
bound into. It's mercury. It's bound into his bones. It's actually created black lines all through his skeleton.
all right. Well, I'm going to Well, I'm going to ask Vex first if you want to do any more investigation on this.
I mean, I think we figured out what we can here. You've already opened them up, and we both rolled crits on perception and medicine, so I think we're done for.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to very carefully lay the cloth back over him and cast mend over it, piece it all back together.
All right, you successfully mend it all back together. Just make sure you take off one of the charges.
Yep. So I need to actually go to the axe now. I don't know if I actually have something where I can do that on this. Okay.
We can make a little counter for you, or you can make a little counter.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna just call it hammer charges.
Okay.
I have a total of 5, and I'm currently at 3 because I had to fix the door that I ripped off too. Really hope nobody was out there that saw it.
All right, that is all you find on the body, though.
It does not look good for a paladin to be ripping open the door to a grave. Alright, so we're ready to leave then, Vex?
So these were all laid down according to age. So is there any other markers showing people that have died after that have been buried here?
Suspiciously, his wife was buried around the same time he was.
Mm,
And then you find a couple that would have been brothers and sisters of the Baron's father.
And they're
I'm
all
going.
at the same time?
They're all in the same 100-year period.
Vex, do you have the book on you still that his father used?
I do.
Whenever we get back to the tavern, look through it regarding anything involving Mercury.
You talking about the book of the heritage, or?
No,
I think he's referring to the other book.
Oh,
the
well,
Book of Black Magic.
I tell you immediately that I have no desire to flip through those pages.
Hmm.
I don't want to be.
Understand.
I don't want to be influenced by any sort of dark magic that's in it.
Understandable.
And I only opened that one page with the bookmark because the Baron assured me that it was okay.
It was safe.
Mm. Wait, am I able to read the arcane readings? Or?
Yes, you would be able to read them as well.
Alright, I'm going to look through that then because
Okay, so you're going to look through the book?
yes, because I'm assuming it wouldn't be far off and assuming that, all of the heirs to the throne and the people that were on the throne die. Something's weird.
Well, before I hand him the book, I inform him of the conversation I had with Shantae and how she told me that she cannot be anywhere near that book or to even touch the book, and that it may prove difficult for him to do it as well. So if he wants to try, it's going to be at his own risk.
I understand, Vex. I shall thank you for the warning.
So do you want to still see it?
I would like to.
Alright, well I'm going to, instead of handing it to you, I'm going to just place it on the ground. That way there's no transference of anything by trying to hand it to you and some sort of reaction happens.
Understandable. I'm going to very carefully pick up the book and try and open it.
Alright. I need a wisdom save.
Ah, son of a... I'm glad wisdom is one of my stats. Crap. I rolled a 9.
When you grab the book and you open the pages, you feel like your fingers are burning. But other than that, nothing seems to happen.
Is it a terrible burning, or would I be able to just kind of push through it?
You ever step on hot asphalt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of burning.
Alright.
You have no problem pushing through it, but you definitely can feel it.
Alright, I'm not going to do this for long. I'm just going to... I don't know what kind of check you want me to roll for this, but I just want to quickly go through the book and try and see if I can find anything in regards to Mercury.
Well, as I see him kind of fumbling the book in his hands like I notice something's going wrong, I tell him maybe you should just leave it on the ground and flip through the pages.
Yes, that's a good idea, Vex. I'm going to set it on the ground and do that. I didn't even think of that.
Minimize contact.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to look through it and try to find anything in regards to mercury or just any kind of poison in general.
Let's see here. I don't even know what I'd have you roll for this. Investigation.
Alright.
I suppose would be a good one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lower DC, though, because you're actively...
Yeah.
Okay, after probably about 10 minutes of you rummaging through this book with Vex eyeing you very carefully,
Understandable.
I assume.
I'm definitely
you find in a chapter based on soul binding that it's one of the catalysts listed for binding a soul.
I'd like to go talk to the Baron again.
Alright.
So I assume we have nothing better to do in the crypt at this point.
Now, if soul binding, I'm wondering if this could be the remains of the Lich.
That's what I was thinking as well. I was going to try and talk to the Baron about any other journal his father might have kept. I want to compare the handwriting.
Okay.
Because we jumped to the conclusion that it was his father, but it very well may not have been. Because that Lich was there for a while anyway.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go talk to the Baron.
Alright, I'll pick the book back up and tuck it away and follow you.
Alright.
Yeah, Vex, when you grab the book, there is no burning sensation. Of course, you didn't try to open it either.
Okay.
At this point, I'm gonna just kind of shake my hand because it hurts at this point, I imagine.
Yeah, your hands look sunburnt at this point.
I'm grumbling under my breath in annoyance.
Alright, you guys, anything else you guys would like to examine while you're down here?
Well, seeing as the wife died around the same time as the husband, she may have been poisoned as well, which I'm curious about.
Okay.
But other than that, the Baron did ask that we don't do too much, or actually that we don't search anything but his grandfather, so I'm going to respect his wishes for now.
I'm not trying.
Alright, so you're going to respect the wishes and head on out?
Yeah, for now. I mean, we're
Okay.
going to investigate further if we have to, but we're just going to take this information to the Baron and see what we can glean from it.
Alright. You guys make your way easily back up to the keep.
Is the Baron still in the library?
Yes, the Baron is still in the library.
Okay.
You guys show yourself in this time.
Okay, Baron, we discovered some disturbing news about your grandfather and possibly your grandmother and who knows who else.
What did you discover?
When we first came to his body, it was wrapped in shroud, so we did have to very carefully cut a line down the middle of the shroud and open it, but we did mend it when we were done. But our investigations showed that he was poisoned by mercury and that this is what killed him. And based on the year of his wife's death, we think she may have also been poisoned or maybe just murdered to get her out of the way. And after looking through the book that you gave us, we found that this mercury is actually a catalyst for binding the soul, which may have been used for the Lich.
Did you read the section on becoming a Lich?
I have not read it.
One of the requirements listed is the souls of others to fuel the transformation.
Would explain the mercury. You can use it as both a catalyst and a way to harvest those souls in secret.
So your grandfather and grandmother and anyone else that was killed around the same time may have been harvested to fuel the power of this being.
They did die awfully close together, but we never suspected poisoning.
And still the only person that we can think of that may be would be your father.
Did you find any leads on his location?
Only the one that you've given us, which was the warehouse located several hundred miles away.
You guys had discovered that in a couple properties from him last time. So no new developments then.
No.
Unfortunately, not.
Have you discovered anything while you've been looking through these books?
No, unfortunately, no. Been looking for any mention of my father. I've even researched the land and properties you guys had discovered, and if unable to find anything concrete.
Baron, I think you should sleep. If you've really been at this all night, then you must be tired.
Do you know where your chaplain is at this moment? I would like to
The
speak with
chaplain
him.
is usually at the commissioner's office when he is not out on duty.
Very well.
Why do you wish to speak with him?
We think he might be able to give us some sort of information about your father. Anything he may know that could connect us to the whereabouts of his remains. If he is indeed the Lich, then his remains could be possibly known.
It's worth a try. I would check down at the commissioner's office first.
He may have information that he doesn't even realize is connected. So,
You have my permission to speak with him.
we shall return to you as soon as we know more.
Thank you. I shall be here doing research. I have no need for sleep at this moment. After he says that, he takes a sip of a potion that's on his desk.
What kind of potion is that, Baron?
Oh, I got it from Finn. Told me it'd help me.
How long has Finn been giving you these potions?
Oh, the first one today.
Is he holding it currently?
No, he sets it back down.
I pick it up and I investigate it as if it's needing to be investigated, only doing it purely for the Baron to see me doing it. And then I look at him and say, you may want to investigate, or you may want to test the contents of this vial before you ingest any more of it.
Why did he say that? He told me it was a cure-all, that it would keep me going, keep me awake and focused.
And did he tell you the ingredients of this cure-all?
He did not, but I've been awake all night and I feel fine.
Baron, have you maybe considered that the contents of that vial could be addictive?
I don't know what you're talking about. Scratches his chin.
How would you feel if I took this potion from you right now?
I mean, I paid a good bit for it. I would be a little ticked off.
Are you ticked off because of the price, or because of the need to sip on it again?
Oh. It's my potion.
If I were to buy the potion from you.
The only reason why I ask, Baron, is because I'm afraid you might have been swindled just a little bit.
What do you mean? I was promised a potion that would help me focus and keep me going for the whole night.
And he did deliver on that promise, but I'm afraid you may be ingesting something that is highly addictive and could result in very negative effects.
Oh dear.
Which is why I asked how you would feel about me taking this from you.
I would be quite unhappy. I feel that it has helped me with my research tonight.
I hand it back. I set it back on the table and tell him that to take very care.
Don't worry, I won't buy any more of it after this bottle.
Good decision.
I shall be having a word with Finn.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's the same potion that got sold to, what was it, Jakarta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's highly... Alright! Am I allowed to hit...
Wait, actually, you know what? Did Jakarta ever even drink his potion?
I don't believe so.
You know what? Because I was thinking that he had. So I'm wondering if I just kind of metagamed a little bit there.
I find it funny though. Don't worry about it. I mean, at some point you could have deduced.
Really, him
that...
talking about being up all night though, and that he got the potion from Finn, and that it's kept him awake. I guess I could use that as.
You want to fill Adrik in on what the potion contains?
Yeah, cocaine.
Cocaine and super crack, I remember.
So it's like
It's coffee and cocaine, basically.
a chemically induced haste is what it is.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
With high addiction.
I wasn't sure if you were there for that when we explained it, Adrik. Either way, he seems to be going well into for his research.
Okay, well, I tell him to be careful with that, and that we'll be back when we find something else out.
Okay.
All things in moderation, Baron. Even crack.
Even what?
Even crack.
Gives you a strange look. Good luck to you, boys.